What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert. Oh yeah, guys. So last few episodes, we've been working on advanced rocketry, trying to progress a little bit and try and leave and go to another dimension. I kind of think what we should do at this point is kind of take a step back from that. Like, we are going to be working on this, and that is where this mod pack is going. But I feel like we've kind of left other things behind, which we need to actually pick up. So one of the things, I was kind of looking through the quest book here at the gates. So we have a gate for mystical agriculture, and it wanted us to either make a master infusion stone or the infusion crystal, which we made the infusion crystal. We got that as a rewards or something like that a long time ago. But anyway, in order to make this master infusion crystal, which we are gonna want to make if we get into if we get into mystical agriculture, which I do want to get into, because we can start growing uranium and not having to worry about taking our digital miner around and constantly just keeping an eye on our fuel supply. Yeah, so in order to make this, we need to get ourselves a celestial altar, but we also need like some Botania stuff and some of these other things. So it's not going to be simple, but yeah, these are things that we should be working on, especially since this is like earlier on in the quest progression. Like, we did some Astral Sorcery stuff really early on, and then we kind of left it behind. I've noticed, like, at the start of the episodes, I see this just sitting there, and that just reminds me of all the Astral Sorcery that we did, which really was not very much. Enough to make a few buckets of the liquid starlight and just barely any mana over here in Botania. Yeah, I really think that we need to start working on this a little bit more. So let's start, I guess, at the beginning here. Well, not the very beginning, but let's start working towards getting ourselves a... What is it? The Celestial Altar? Yeah. So in order to do the Celestial Altar on the Starlight Crafting Altar, which we have way up there, let's actually do this Celestial Altar. And we will bookmark that so I don't forget it. So in our Starlight Crafting Altar way up there, we need all these different things. Now, this seems a little scary, but I think at this point we should be able to do most of this. Now, I was looking, we don't appear to have any star dust at this point. We don't have anything star metal, star dust, any of that stuff. So we definitely need to start working on this. Now, in order to get that, we need star metal ore, and we can get that by infusing, I believe, iron ore using Astral Sorcery. But it's been a minute since I've done this, so I do want to go back to the Astral Tome and take a look. Yeah, it looks like that star metal ore, we can double it, which is pretty cool. We can grind it. Chance to double 85%. Yeah, if you use Astral Sorcery, you get 85%. If you just take the star metal ore and put it through one of their higher tech machines that we have, it's a guaranteed doubling. Manufactory doubles it. Yeah, lots of different ways to do this. Okay, so let's grab our Astral Tome. Tome of Knowledge, Astral Tome. This is what we're looking for. So the Astral Tome, Attunement, Discovery, Exploration. I think Exploration is where we want it to go. Maybe not. Maybe it is Discovery. Or Attunement. Yeah, it's got to be Attunement. Attunement's got the Celestial Altar in it. So this also has Star Metal. Okay. So Star Metal, shimmering blue, ice cold, and sparkling as the night sky above. The iron ore fused with the blue starlight particles and formed a shimmering metal from the plain gray iron. So this is already talking like we've already done this, which we haven't. So yeah, iron transmutation. This is what we need to do. Focus beams of starlight likely have other uses besides looking pretty and directly impact the world. Focusing the light directly onto an iron ore block with a linking tool from a strong source should suffice to test this. Now, I did see in the Astral Sorcery section, we go back. I'm already clicked on it. There's a linking tool. That was like one of the next things. So yeah, we made the Starlight Crafting Altar. We need a linking tool. I think we have to make mirrors to shine starlight onto the star metal. But let's make the linking tool. That is the next step here. So a linking tool. This guy requires some aquamarine, some sticks, a rock crystal. Yep, and then 2 logs. So we do have some rock crystals. We need two logs. We needed 4 sticks. and then 2 aquamarine. Now, I'm not entirely sure that we have enough stuff at this point, like enough starlight juice in order to craft this, especially during midday, but this is higher up in the sky, so it might be able to do it. Let's take a look. If we put that in there, yeah, okay, so we go to here, we need to be right here, and at nighttime, I think this entire table fills all the way up, so we can either wait till nighttime, or we can come back over here, where we did our imperfect ritual stone. Let's turn the F7 off. Yeah, and I think we right-click that, it turns it to nighttime. Oh, and it does a little bit of damage as well. Okay, so it's nighttime. We'll use our elevator to get back up there. It's a little bit faster. There we go. So nighttime, this altar is full, and oh, we need our wand. I can't use this from up here. We need the resonating wand. Okay, so right-click on here. It's doing the old crafty craft thing, and we should get ourselves our linking tool. Okay, so linking tool get. That should complete the quest. It does. We're gonna grab our loot chest, and let's just pop it real quick. Probably food. Clay. Really? 16 blocks of clay? All right. Oh, that's right. Our wireless thing doesn't work up here. So we got ourselves a little bit of clay for doing the linking tool. So star metal ore, it says star metal ore is iron ore that has received a sufficient amount of focused starlight. Yeah, so in order for us to do that, I really think, I'm trying to remember, I think we have to make like these collector crystals, or there's something along these lines. And then we take that and focus the beam from that onto a mirror that focuses onto iron. Like I said, it's been a little bit of time since I've done this. So what I'm going to do next, I'm just going to go and take a look at the Astral Tome, kind of just poke through this, see what our next stop is, probably read some of these different things, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, so I've been reading up and trying to remember what it is for Astral Sorcery that we got to do. It has been a little bit of time, like I said, since I last used this mod, but I have used it before, so I do know like lots of things. It's just been a while. So I was trying to figure out what we needed to do, and it looked like that we need some kind of a crystal in order to focus the starlight into one of those mirrors that gets shown onto iron ore to transmute it, right? So I was like, okay, I remember if you hold the resonating wand and you look around the world, you can find little light sources like this. You dig down, and then you can collect the rock crystal, right? So I was doing that, and I was like, you know, it'd be smart if we could just use our digital miner to do it for us, right? Well, I was kind of looking in here, and if you do rock crystal, you can find the ore, but it doesn't have an ore dictionary entry, and I wasn't able to find it. It says tile block custom ore, Astral Sorcery block custom ore. Yeah, I was trying to find this in here. Actually, let's try this. Config, new filter, ore dictionary. Can I do like star rock underscore crystal? Is that something it'll find? Yeah, I don't know. Rock crystal. Yeah, it just is not finding it. So I was thinking maybe we could exchange a block for the rock crystal and then get in our inventory that way. Silk Touch doesn't work on it. It just gives you one of these crystals. Fortune gives you up to 4, I believe, or maybe 5 per ore. So I was thinking if we could exchange, we could grab that block and then set it into the item stack section here and then filter and then like Silk Touch it and make our lives easier. I wasn't able to exchange it. If you exchange that rock crystal with like a piece of stone, you get nothing back, but it does exchange it, but you get nothing. So it's kind of a pointless thing. I've been staring at this zombie. Get out of here, zombie. So yeah, it looks like that's going to be a manual process, but I did go around and I collected a bunch of those crystals. So we have a lot of these things available, lots of different things on there. I did see that if you have the rock crystal in the light well, you can use your time in a bottle. Normally you get like 2 liquid starlight millibuckets per tick or whatever. If we bring that all the way up, like we can get stuff really quick out of one of these light wells, so you don't necessarily need like a bunch of light wells. Anyway, I thought that was something interesting. But what we need to do, oh, get out of here, flare. What we need to do is transmute iron ore. So the other way that we can do this is either create our own crystal to shine light onto it through a mirror, or we can go to one of our fluting crystals out here. Yeah, we found these a long time ago. I can't remember why. We had to go out here for some reason. Maybe it was to get our first aquamarine, or I don't know. It feels like that was forever ago. But yeah, I did put waypoints at 2 different ones of these places because we needed the floating crystal. Oh, maybe it was for doing the first crafting with a crafting table or something, where you put a crafting table nearby it. Yeah, honestly, I don't remember. It feels like forever ago. Anyway, so we need to come over to the floating crystal. We have the linking wand. We should be able to link the floating crystal onto an iron ore and use the power of starlight to transmute it. Yep, I do believe that is our first step. And then once we get the liquid star, or the star metal, we should be able to make our own going forward. So if we place an iron ore here, I think we just take the linking tool, we right click on this, and then right click onto here. And does this need direct access to this light, the starlight? I can't remember if that makes a difference. Maybe it does. We'll do that. So yeah, this is collecting, here we go, star metal ore. Awesome. So yes, we are able to collect this stuff now. We got a quest complete for that. Very cool. Yeah, that seems to go a lot faster now that it has direct access to the stars above. In fact, I'm going to link a second one. Yeah, we'll do that. So I can do this, replace this one, and that one should be done. I know it makes it go like twice, half the speed, I guess, doing it this way, but it seems like we're wasting a little bit of time previously. Anyway, let me go ahead and finish up like this stack of star metal, and then we will continue on here. All right, guys. So one of the next things that we're going to want to do with these crystals is we want to get them to the maximum size, the maximum purity, and the maximum cutting. Okay. So the way we do purity is by putting them into starlight fluid, right? So over here, I have 5 separate areas full of liquid starlight. I did choose the rock crystals that have the highest purity out of all of the ones we have there. Best one looks like it's 83. So pretty much all you got to do is just throw it into the fluid here. But yeah, unfortunately, our magnet is going to be a problem. So we need to put that in there and it will do stuff. It'll gain in size. I think eventually what happens when it reaches size 900, it has the possibility of splitting, and then you can double it. And when it splits, that's when the purity increases, right? So we really just want to go ahead and just put all of these in here. Like so. And like so. Then the other variable on there is the cutting. So cutting you can increase by taking the size. You want the size high. You put it onto this next machine that we're going to make, this grindstone. And then it takes away from the size and adds to the cutting and sharpens it. Once you get it to 100% cutting, then you can put it back in the starlight liquid, bring it up to the 900 size, and then that's maximum. So pretty much, in my opinion, the first thing you want to do is work on purity, get them all 100%, and then you can work on the size and cutting. Yeah. But as they sit in this fluid, they will eventually use some of the liquid, and then you have to replace it. Otherwise, nothing is going to change here. So if we look at this one now, and we go back, we can see the size is at 398. I'm sure it's bigger than what it was before, but the purity is still the same. So we really have to wait for these things to get all the way up to the highest cutting. I'm sorry, the highest size. Then they split, and then the purity increases, right? So what we want to do, let's bring this guy over here. We're going to need a lot of the starlight fluid. I'm going to bring the other thing that we're using to get the starlight out as well. And we also need a way to replace this fluid since these are going to be using it. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to get ourselves, I guess, some fluid placers. I don't know if there's a better way to do it. This is the one I've used before, the actually additions one, and this one's really, really good. So it's not super expensive. It's a basic coil, palace crystal to make the auto placer, and then you can upgrade that with 2 buckets to make the fluid placer. So we're going to make 5 of those. So let's see. Coil, do we have those? Yeah, we have these. So 5 of those. We need a nori crystal. So that is iron thrown in front of the laser. I get the disenchanting ring off there. Okay, so there is our Inori crystals. So we can go back to, oh man, auto placer. There's too many items here. We need a basic coil. So we want 5 of these. And it's going to be crafting those up. And then we put that with the palace, which we don't have any of. So we need lapis. I'll just do a half a stack of blocks. That's going to be more than enough, I'm sure. In fact, we only need 1 block, I think. We only need 5 of those. Now we have quite a bit more. All right, anyway, so here is 5 auto placers. And then we can turn those into the fluid placer with more buckets. So we don't, oh, we do have autocraft for that. Okay, so 8 of those. Awesome. There we go, 5 auto placers. So then we want ender fluid conduits, like so. And then it's a very simple setup. We just need to replace one of those blocks holding in the liquid starlight with the auto placer. So I don't remember if these things despawn. I feel like they don't, but I don't remember if they only don't despawn if they're in the liquid starlight or if they just don't despawn ever. Yeah, I don't remember. So I'm just going to pick them up for now. So we want to set this to extract, always active. Easy. Okay. So now we just place our crystals into the star fluid and we're just going to have to wait. It's pretty much the next step. Let me get over here. Like so. And like so. So eventually the size will get up to 900. They'll split. And when they do split, they just won't do anything anymore. They'll just sit there in the liquid. But as they're gaining, they will use the liquid and then that'll be auto replaced. We will have to get this guy set up to refill all of our liquid starlight, but the light will. Yeah, we'll do that a little bit later. For right now, we should have enough for what we're trying to do. Okay, so while we're waiting on that to happen, let's go ahead and look at making the grindstone. And the grindstone is made with 2 planks, 2 sticks, and a marble. Cool, so now we're gonna get ourselves the grindstone. Yep, that's a fast one. That should also complete the quest. Very good. Let's take the bottom loot chest. We'll claim it. And we get ourselves a slime block. Okay. Oh, yeah. Wireless is out of range up here. So slime block, marble, ring and magnetization. You know what? This has been bothering me for a while. We've been using that ring and magnetization, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But I want to do the item Dislocator from Draconic Evolution. We now have the ability to get draconium. That's not a problem. Actually, we want this one. We have the ability to get the draconium. We have redstone, we have iron, and then the dislocator is more draconium dust. Yeah, we have plenty of draconium. So let's make this guy. I like this particular magnet, and it also has a button to turn it on and off. So there's a dislocator. Oh, it looks like we already had one, but we wanted to use the unbound one. Yep. So there's an item dislocator. Cool. So the item dislocator, yeah, is just the same as a magnet, but it will auto pick things up, I do believe. Oh, they changed it. It seems to be changed anyway. If you cue something on the ground, it takes a second to be picked back up. I think it used to like automatically suck items in. Oops, I didn't want to place it down. Cue that down. I'm going to press shift. I forget how far away this thing works. So if I just walk up to the item, yeah, it just gets sucked right into my inventory. I like this magnet a lot better. And like I said, there is a keybind and you can put it as a bauble slot. Let's take a look at the keybind. Yeah, it's under options, controls, draconic, toggle item dislocator. Let's set this as like X. What do I have set for X key? Control X and item dislocator, so nothing else. Okay. So I can place this on the ground and it gets pulled to me. If I press X, oh, it even has a little thing. Okay, that's cool. So I can put that on the ground. Very cool. I like it. So being able to turn the magnet on and off at my leisure is going to be very, very nice, especially for things like this that require me to be able to turn my magnet off. I know Botania has a flower or whatever that disables the magnet, but we haven't gotten to that point yet. And I just like this magnet better, so we're going to stick with it. All right, so I was just looking, and some of these crystals have already duplicated, and I was looking at this one right here, which has not, but it says size 400, and that 400 is like a yellowish orange color. That means that's at the maximum value. So I said 900 before, but I guess that's been changed for this mod pack. Probably, maybe. It looks like 400 is the highest that those go. So these two over here have already split, and they're not doing anything because there's 2 in there, and it needs 1 in a source block for it to do something. So let's take a look at these. We have a purity of 82 and a purity of 81. So we want the 82 in there. Put that one right here. This one's split as well. We'll take a look at these guys. We have a purity of 79 and 82. Let's put the 82 in there. Yep, and it's just a matter of doing this over and over again until you get the maximum purity. So this is going to be a little bit of a project that I'm going to be working on for about an hour, I'd say. All right, guys, so I've been letting these crystals cook in this fluid for a while, get bigger, get stronger, get more pure. We did get a crystal that had purity 100%. Yeah, it was like a 98 or 92%, then it split, and then we got one that was at 100%. So we got a lot of purity on that split. Anyway, I put it in the fluid. I've been letting it grow. I cut it down so our cutting's 100%, and then I maxed out the size. So this is the best rock crystal we can get. And then I was thinking, you know what? Is it the celestial crystals that go up to 900? It might be. Maybe the rock crystals are only limited to 400 for the size, and it's the other crystals, the celestial crystals. Maybe it's these that go up to 900 that I was confused. Anyway, so we have a fully done crystal now. This one right here, I am letting it get in size up. This one's also, oh, it is. This one's fully done as well. I wanted to let this one split so we had more of the pure one, so I'll just leave that in there. Oh, it looks like these two are split as well. What do we got for these? That is still not great. What is this one? Check these. This one's almost there, 98%. Yeah, I kind of feel like we're just going to hold off on doing any more of these. I've been going through so much of the light, so much of the starlight. Yeah, we're running low on this. I've been using my time in a bottle a lot on these things, trying to make more of that starlight fluid. And I think just having 5 of these going at the same time is just too much for what we're trying to do. And we really shouldn't be wasting our resources on the rock crystals. We really should wait until we get to the celestial crystal. So where'd the other one go? Oh, did I put it back in here to split? All right, I put that one back in there to split. This one is our good one. So really, let's take a look at the quest book here now that I've spent a bunch of time doing some of this stuff. It does want us to make a celestial crystal, and it says celestial crystals are basically upgraded rock crystals. They're made by throwing 1 stardust and 1 rock crystal into a bucket of starlight. Let the crystal that appears grow before you destroy it with a pickaxe. Yeah, I was reading that quest, and I was like, oh, right, I did forget about that. So the thing I don't know, if I put this fully upgraded rock crystal in there with the stardust, does it turn in, do I keep these stats? Or does it just give me a random stat? That I don't know either. So I'm just gonna grab one. I'm not gonna use this one. Let's actually use one of these better ones here, not like our perfect one. Let's use this one, purity 94%, and then we'll put in a stardust in here. So we'll place that 1 stardust, 1 crystal in there, and then it does this. It'll use up that fluid, and then I'll turn into a lump of, I forget what they call it. I guess it's just like the attuned crystal or something. Anyway, so once it does that, then we got to wait for it to fully grow. It goes through like 5 growth stages. And then once it's fully grown, we can break it, and then we can continue doing like what we're doing here. But this will upgrade that rock crystal into the celestial crystal. And that's really what we should be using here. So yeah, we get this guy right here. So that's a celestial crystal cluster. Phase 1. I wonder, can we time in a bottle this? I don't know if we can do that to make it grow faster, but if we can, that would be fantastic. Now, I know you can look at this, like if you press F3, it says the metadata right here, or maybe it's the stage. It says stage 0. Yeah, I think this has to get to stage 5 before you harvest it. Otherwise, you don't get anything for harvesting it. I could be wrong. But anyway, Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time, and it doesn't really look like the time in a bottle is doing much on this thing, so really we just got to wait. Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. But is there anything else that we can do while we are waiting? We can look at upgrading to the Celestial Altar, potentially. Oh, wait, no, that was... Yeah, we already had that over here. So, to upgrade to the Celestial Altar, we need the Rock Crystal, we need the Aquamarine, we need the Stardust, we need Thaumium Block. I feel like we tried doing this before, and then we weren't able to. So, Thaumium, we don't have any Thaumium. Maybe we didn't try doing this. I felt like we did, but I might be mistaken. This was a while ago. Okay, so let's take a look. Thaumium. So to make Thaumium, we have to do in the Crucible, I believe. Let me just double check there isn't like some other recipe here. If we had Thaumium armor, we could use an arc furnace to get some Thaumium back, but we don't, I'm pretty sure. So we need Precantatio and Terra in a Crucible with iron thrown in to get us 1 Thaumium. So we have to do that 9 times to get a block of Thaumium. Okay. Aquamarines, reinforced slate. We have blank slate. So we haven't done the reinforced slate. Let's take a look at that. The reinforced is the blank slate put through on a tier 2 altar. Okay, and then we need 2,000 LP. So there is a little bit of stuff to do here. The Thaumcraft stuff, I think I'm going to move this away. Oh, you know what? I guess we already took that down, didn't we? So we need the niter. Yeah, niter right here. We need our cauldron or crucible. This guy. Yep. I'm going to move this away from the base a little bit. So if we do anything bad, we make any nasty Thaumcraft goo, like it won't affect our base. I guess we'll just stick it over here for now. This is far enough away. Place that down here with our cauldron. Yep, and then that'll heat it. All we gotta do is put water in there, and then we can start putting the other stuff we needed. So we need the, oh, we're not close enough. Here? Nope, still not close enough. Here? Okay. So we needed, what is it? The Precantatio, P-R-A-E. And we don't have any of that. So we got to figure out what it is that contains this magic. Yeah, we can do... Oh boy. I think you can search in JEI, can you not? And then find out where you get this stuff. So we can mine the crystal clusters and this kind of stuff. Yeah, it doesn't have it in JEI where you can look at this and it shows you everything that you've researched that has that in there. Maybe it's redstone that has that in there. Oh, no, that has Potentia. Okay, I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on the Thaumcraft portion of this. I know making Thaumium really isn't that hard, but I just normally I can look it up in JEI and figure it out. But since I can have that information in front of me, let me take some time, do some research, get the Precantatio, make the Thaumium ingots, and then we'll continue on. All right, so I want to show you guys what I'm doing here to make the Thaumium. So we have our crucible with the niter underneath it to keep it warm, and then I put an infinite water source here next to it. So every time we use a little bit of the water, the infinite water source just refills it, and this is making water fast enough that it's always staying full. So what you do is, in order to make Thaumium, right here, I don't know why I couldn't see that. Anyway, we need 5 Precantatio and then 5 Terra in order to make that. So you put in an iron once you have those ingredients, and then you should be able to make your Thaumium. So what I'm doing is I'm using Salus Mundus, which has 5, and then also has 5 Potentia. We don't care about the Potentia, but we do have to do something with that. So I'm putting in 2 of these to make 10, and then I'm putting in 2 of these, and then I am putting in 10 of these Terra V crystals. So that pretty much evens out. We are left with 10 Potentia, and then we can throw in these quartz slivers in there to get that out back as the V crystals. So we put in 2 of those, 10 of those, 2 iron, we get our Thaumium, we plant that in there, and then we get our V crystals back, and there's nothing left in the cauldron, which I think pretty much cleans up everything. But if not, we're far enough away from the base that if anything bad happens, it'll happen over here. So yeah, we need to do that one more time here. So again, we do 2 of that, 10 of that, 2 iron, and then our quartz slivers. Cool. Yep. And it does kind of look like we use a little bit of the fluid out of the cauldron, but you can see on the tooltip it says 1000 out of 1000, so it is completely full in there. So yeah, that's our 10 thaumium ingots, which should allow us to make a thaumium block. Yes, sir. Very good. So we can place that away, and I don't think we need any of this stuff now. I think we should be good. So getting back to the celestial altar, we also need the reinforced slate, which means we need to do just a little bit of stuff with our blood altar. So to upgrade that, we need what, the blink runes, I think is what it's called. These guys. So to make blink runes, we need blink slates plus a blood orb and then some stone. Should be easy enough. We have to make 8 of those. I'm going to get to work on this. Be right back. All right, so we're just about done here. We're putting in our last living rock into our blood altar. And there we go. There's the last blank slate that we needed. So let's get over into our wireless terminal here. And we want to make the blink rune, so we can do that. Place all those guys in there. And there's 8 of these blood runes. Awesome. So that just uses the weak blood orb that we did before. So you take living rock, you place it in there. It converts into the blink slate, and if you leave it in there, it'll convert to the next tier since we're on a tier 2 altar. So we should continue on. Yep, there it goes. Now it's doing stuff. I'm going to continue to fill up our altar here. Since we don't have a better method yet to fill it up, we're going to just use our sacrificial dagger as we do. And yeah, I've been using this, the minor stew here to keep my regen going to make sure that my health is staying full. So that is now done. So there is a reinforced slate. Cool. So I'll make another one, and then we should be able to make this altar. So the final step here is to make the arcane pedestal. We had to put down our arcane workbench with some arcane stone slabs and arcane stone. So there is this item. And I think we should have everything together now in order to upgrade this altar. So if we do this, and oh, I need the aquamarine. I did put in more of the wireless boosters, so we're using a bit more power, but now we can use our wireless thing pretty much everywhere now. So if we do this, we can upgrade the table, and I think we should be able to do it. Now the only problem is selected altar. Why is it not doing that? It says we can do this. Oh, I'm using the wrong thing, aren't I? I need the oh, what's it called? It's a wand, this thing. The resonating wand. There we go. Now, the only problem with this is it requires a different multi-block structure in order for this thing to be fully upgraded. But once we have that altar, we can make the multi-block structure, no problem. It's just going to be out of the sooty marble, just different types of marble pillars and things like that. But yeah, now we have an upgraded table. So you can see this is red because it says that the multi-block structure that it's on right now is invalid. Now, if we go into our astral tome, did I have it on me? Did I put it away? Oh, it's right here. I thought that was the Thaumonomicon for some reason. Under constellation, this should show us the iridescent altar. No, this is not what we wanted. Yeah, is that what we didn't make that? We made the celestial altar. Yeah, so we got to go back to. Oh, that's a new section that just opened up. Was it attunement? Man, I can never figure out where I need to go in this thing. Celestial altar. So yeah, the multi-block structure looks like this. So it's a lot more sooty marble, more marble brick around. And then if you hover right here, it tells you all the building materials. So we'll have to look at doing that. I would like to move this altar down to the ground instead of having it so high up in the sky. We're doing this right now because we don't have like collector crystals and the mirrors and or the lenses to like direct that into the altar so we can get more of the starlight juice power. But yeah, having it up this high allows us to do it without any of that additional stuff. But that is going to be the next step, is to start working on those things. So I did do a few more of these celestial crystal clusters. We want to make sure that these things grow. This one, even though I've done that a lot later than this one, seems to have grown a lot more. So if we hit F3, we can see this says stage 4. This one says stage 2. This one's at stage 4, stage 1, and stage 0. I think stage 4 is the highest stage. And that might be why these are glowing and the other ones are not. Okay, let's go ahead and break this. So we got ourselves a celestial crystal. It says size, purity is 54, so it is kind of low purity. And we did get 2 stardust back for that. And then this one was also stage 4. Yeah, so we'll do this one. And this one has a purity 72. That's a little bit better. So we're going to want to do the same thing with the celestial crystals. Keep letting them go all the way up to the highest size, which I think is 900 on the celestial ones, until we get the purity maxed. And then we will do the cutting. Actually, we'll do the purity maxed. We'll make a whole bunch of them. And then we can make a whole bunch of the top tier crystals. I think that's the way that we want to go with that this time. But anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for today. More of a magic-y episode, but we need to do blood magic. We have to do Astral Sorcery, Thaumcraft, and Botania. All those mods are required to complete this mod pack. But anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.